Hey guys, welcome to Prince of Peace Tarot. I'm Justin, and today I'll be doing a reading for those of you with Sagittarius placements in your chart. So if you have Sagittarius anywhere within your chart, this reading could resonate with you. And if it does, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. That way you'll be updated anytime that I put out a reading. Okay guys, so before I jump into your spread, let's say a prayer. Infinite Creator, Olodumare, to my higher self, my Ori, Eshu, Obatala, to the Egun Marine Laye, Holy Spirit, Spirit Guides, to my benevolent ancestors, known and unknown, Florine Williams, Norman Williams, Exius Willie, thank you for allowing me to source the most accurate reading for those with Sagittarius placements in their chart. All right, guys, let's get into this reading. There's so much going on here, y'all. I got two spreads out. I have your tarot to my left, your Orisha spread to my right, and one thing that's standing out for me big time is secrets. Some of you guys are keeping something, your plans or your ideas, something very close to your chest, okay? You are not letting people know your moves, okay? The things you could be keeping a secret are a project, a new job you got, like a project, new job you have. You could be keeping a surgery a secret, as well as pregnancy, definitely. So this Ace of Pentacles is something brand new, okay? Brand new opportunity, whether it be a job, a child. The reason why I say a child is because we also have the Empress at the top of the deck. But see, this is gonna be different for everyone. And I mean, this is a big deal for some of you all. This beauty or this abundance or what you're creating, what it's gonna become, who you're gonna become. Honestly, there is a beauty, a creation that's coming out of you, because the Empress is at the top and the Queen of Pentacles is the first card in the spread. Okay, the Queen of Pentacles is very prepared. She's always prepared. So I think that's another thing you're doing. Like, you're getting things in order all together in secret. Some sort of secret is here. Now, if it is a surgery, that makes sense for me, because we have the Empress at the top and then the King of Swords. So this could be like a doctor. So like some of you could be getting some sort of cosmetic surgery. So that's looking good. You could be keeping that a secret. But some of you also with this Empress, doctor filling with the King of Swords, and then the Ace of Pentacles could be keeping a pregnancy a secret, or the fact that you are terminating a pregnancy. You might not want to tell someone that you're terminating this pregnancy. Definitely. But you could be having a baby and you could be feeling really, really good about having this baby, because Queen of Pentacles is a mother, Empress is a mother. There's just a lot of abundance here. But then when I get this High Priestess here, I get this secretive thing. And some of you are not in that energy. Like, there's more I want to create other than children and a family, because I don't necessarily see the right person right now to create that. There is someone for you in the future, not maybe very distant future. And for some of you, I think you're coming to terms with that. Like, my life isn't normal. It does not look like everybody's life. And that's what I really feel overall for the entire reading, that whoever you are, male or female, you not even like, oh, for your self-esteem, like, don't compare your life to everybody else's. You are truly different. You're truly different. You have the High Priestess as your last card out. You have the Star, okay? It's next to the Moon, all right? There's something about your life that it's not supposed to look like everybody else. Like, your path, the way it goes, it's just not that normal. Oh, okay, it's time for kids. And oh, where's my husband? Where's my wife? Where's all of this stuff? It's not like that. And it's not meant to be. When you have the High Priestess and the Star, that's somebody who has a higher calling or very connected to the spirit realm. Even Hangman. It always, when I get readings like this, when I have to indicate who you are spiritually, the Hangman, the Star, and the High Priestess always come out. It's all the time, over and over again, so that you remember who you are, why relationships don't work out for you. You have to understand you. And this is what I see in your spread, because when I put down two spreads, I like to see matching cards. Today, I didn't get any matching cards. So I pulled out my pendulum and I said, Holy Spirit, benevolent ancestors, what is the card that is the most important for me to get the energy across to everybody. And the pendulum brought me over to the Three of Swords in reverse. Now that is releasing sorrow. It could be releasing sorrow from the past, having a difficulty with healing. So there's a need for healing, but I always look further, and I like to look into the astrology around that card. And that's Saturn in the 7th house. Okay. So, before I read you what that means, I do really want to get across that, you know, you are about to be in a phase of reevaluating how you deal with people based on how you understand yourself now. Okay? It's like, okay, I play by a different set of rules. That's just how I feel. I've even had to do this for myself. So I've always struggled with feeling like, you know, celibacy or, oh, you can't be acting like a hoe and different stuff like this. And now I feel like I'm understanding my rhythm and what's necessary for me, whether I will continue being celibate or not, or just being more selective and not so much guilt around my energy, but understanding how to use my energy and who deserves my energy. And more so emotional balance, so I don't, you know, engage the wrong people, right? And not this guilt around like, oh my gosh, I have a strong sex drive and, you know, all this kind of stuff. You know, now I'm going to be more of what's appropriate for me at whatever time I'm in, and understanding where my emotions are, and that I don't need to wild out because I'm emotionally imbalanced or something like that. And I'm not going to close myself down because I'm feeling guilty or ashamed of my own sexual energy. I think I found this happy medium now, right? So this could be something for you all too, because there's this thing where you are very spiritual, and with this like 7 of Swords and Hangman over the High Priestess, you could be feeling like, could somebody else be responsible for all of this? You know, who I am, as like, you could feel like, oh, I have a responsibility to people. I have to be super spiritual. And it's like, I don't want to do that, but I do, and I don't know how to find the medium for it. And I think now you're about to find your happy medium. Okay. The one thing I do want to tell you is I do see your future partner. Okay. It's the King of Cups next to the High Priestess. And I always tell you, it's the Shaman and then the High Priestess. You need a, for those of you who resonate with this, okay, because I'm going to get into everything. I'm going to go back. This is the stronger energy that I feel like, you know, you need someone who understands spirituality the way you do. Someone who has that same sort of spiritual trajectory like you. Do not give up hope. I honestly believe that this person is going to be guided to you. They're definitely going to be guided to you, but it's going to happen in divine timing. And I only say that because of the star. But until then, there's no need to go back over those past heartbreaks and that hurt. And the reason why I say that is because back then you didn't understand yourself. And now you do. Now you're going to make different choices about who you either have a short-term relationship with or a casual relationship with. You'll just be more cognizant and aware. And the better you understand you, the less shame you're going to feel around interactions you have with other people. Or the lack of interactions, because some of you could be like, I'm good. Now that I know me, I don't need to do anything with anybody that I don't feel like doing. Because there's this energy of feeling like you have to live up to something that other people are doing. Living up to, some of you could have groups of friends that have a lot of partners, and you feel like, you know, what's wrong with me? Why am I not dating anybody? Why am I not doing anything? Let me go out there and do this. Some of you could have people where it's like everybody's getting married and having kids. And it's like, okay, I need to start doing that, blah, 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 blah. All of this stuff where it's like, no, I don't need to wild out and I don't need to settle down. I just need to be me. I just need to be me and be comfortable with who I am. Now, there could be this resistance about stepping into this spiritual trajectory because you may not understand that yet, but you will. You will understand that. And until you do, I feel like you like keeping things a secret or rejecting certain things. I don't know. I don't know what how it resonates with you, but I just feel that I found something for me and I'm holding on to it, or I'm doing something for me, and that's it. And I really don't want anybody's opinion about anything. I'm just doing me. Right now, you are not being manipulated by anybody either. There's this feeling of, I feel you want me to do a particular thing, but I got my own plans. So sorry. This is just what I see. The best thing to do right now is to release any kind of hurt from the past, because it was just the lessons and the learning of the past. It was the unawareness of who you are. That's why the Three of Swords is sitting underneath the moon. Who you were feels hidden to you. And I say that sometimes to myself, I wish I knew I was supposed to do this in my 20s, because there would be a lot that I wouldn't have had to get hurt or X, Y, and Z. I would have understood myself better, but I needed to have a lack of awareness for my own, my own learning, and it's even as someone who spiritually advises or does readings, if I didn't go through certain things, I would have nothing to relate to people. I couldn't understand where they're coming from. Okay. And that could be something you feel for yourself. Maybe I went through this to understand what others go through. Okay. But now my life does not have to be about what everybody else is achieving. You're really achieving something for yourself, doing something for yourself. So, all right, I'll get off that. There will be success for you guys, don't worry, but I do see issues at work or in relationships, but don't worry. I mean, literally your Nine of Cups is in the upright. Over here to my right, you have the Sun. All right, just to let you know so you don't get dismayed. There's a personal truth where I don't even think anything is going to bother you at this time. You really wonder, and I'm speaking too soon, because I do see the enslaved prisoner and over here, the Seven of Swords, but I do feel like this is something you feel around work, being stuck at work, somebody not having your back, feeling alone. And that's the other thing. This is another thing where this heart thing is hurting. You could feel you could feel rejected for being different, but you're different in a good way. You know that there's nothing wrong with me. I think people just don't understand my energy. And because I know I have a different type of energy, I end up having to be, I feel unique, but I feel misunderstood. I feel rejected or alone because of this unique quality about me, right? Okay. So that's another thing where you're processing and getting over that. But you're finding that it's happening in personal relationships and on the job where it's I know I'm unique, but this is translating into conflict, okay, with other people, because they find ways to fuck with me because they are either jealous or don't understand my energy or don't understand their own energy. Yeah. Okay. So this Three of Swords energy is Saturn in Libra. And I'm going to read this for you. And guys, I know that I don't know where Saturn is astrologically. Try to listen to the information just as it resonates to you, not so much as specifically where Saturn is right now. Okay. Saturn in the 7th house. Okay. This transit of Saturn through this house represents the culmination of the process that began about 14 years ago when Saturn entered your first house. The need then was to redefine yourself in your own terms. Now you need to experience yourself through one-to-one encounters with others, through partnership and intimate associations. Close relationships are the area of attention. During this transit, you will discover that your close associations with others test you out and make increasing demands. Often, these will be sources of difficulty in your life, and dealing with them will require great effort on your part. It says some relationships will end because they demand more than they are worth. This transit often coincides with a marital breakup. Even a good marriage will have to confront its flaws when one of the partners has Saturn transiting the 7th house. Co-workers will make greater demands upon you than in the past because they see you as someone who can accomplish things, and they want you to prove it. This brings to the This brings us to the other major point about Saturn's transit through this house. On entering this house, Saturn has once again come above the horizon of your natal chart. This means that your attention is again focused primarily away from your inner world out into the social world. It says, if you have been preparing yourself properly during the last 14 years, getting to know who and what you really are, who and what you really are, which is the star, High Priestess. Okay? Somebody special. Someone really special. All right, let me find where I was. Give me a second. Okay. It says, know who and what you really are. Here. It says, if you have been preparing yourself properly during the last 14 years, getting to know who and what you really are, what you can do and what you cannot do. That's this energy that I'm feeling. It's like what's meant for me to do, what's not meant for me to do. How can I find the medium of me? Right? Okay. So hold on. Let's find it, because that's very important. What you can and cannot do, because that's even beyond my relationships. It's my work. What kind of work I can do, what kind of work I can't do. Okay? You got to honor who you really are. It says, then you will begin to get recognition during this time. When you know what you can and cannot do, you will get recognition during this time. But this house also calls forth tests of your ability through confrontations with others. This may be particularly obvious in your profession, but it applies equally to your personal life. This is another factor in the marital tension that accompanies this transit. The better you handle such confrontations, the better your relationships will be in the immediate future. Basically, the situation is quite simple. You must do the best you can at any particular task. And you must understand the nature of your relationships with others. And literally understand the nature. This is what we are. Nothing beyond that than what it is. Okay? Nothing beyond. Because there's this thing, when I see the Queen of Pentacles and the High Priestess, this could be talking about like a secret relationship or the other woman. And this could be asking you like, why am I holding on to this so long? You know, is this just sex? Are we just sexually attracted to each other, or is there more? And if there isn't any more, or we can't create more out of this, then we have to just define this relationship for what it is or walk away from it, right? Like you're going to learn to just really be like, hey, this is the boundary for us. Regardless of whatever it is, this is what it is and nothing more. Okay? So, it says the better your relationships, it says the better you handle such confrontations, the better your relationships will be in the immediate future. Basically, the situation is simple. It says you must do the best you can at any particular task. I read all that. So exactly what are your expectations of your relationships, okay? And their expectations of you. In other words, what agreements have you made with others? Once you know, live up to them. It is not terribly important what the agreements are. It is not terribly important what the agreements are, but it is important that you fulfill them. This is the fundamental test of this transit, okay? Do what you say you're going to do. Treat relationships as such, as what they are agreed upon, okay? Don't let people cross boundaries with you. Don't, because you're not in the mood to be manipulated right now at all, okay? So let's run through your cards. Let's run through your cards. So we got the Queen of Pentacles. We have the Four of Cups in the upright. We have the Ace of Pentacles, and we have the Two of Swords. There's an energy of rejection here and not looking. Even though his expression is so stubborn and angry to me sometimes. So some of you guys may need to like check your attitude at this time. Don't get too emotional or too upset about certain things, because you have something good. There's something good, and it is something of your own doing. I really do feel like that, especially with the Nine of Cups in your third row. This Queen of Pentacles energy is someone who makes money, who's very organized, who could be working something from home, own her own business, be a mother or a parent, depending on, you know, if you're a single father or single mother, or if you are a partner. But this is somebody who is actually creating something, and you're not letting anything get in your way. oh, hey, what about this? What about we do this? And you're like, no. What about no? Okay. The other thing though is if someone is trying to, because these two hands are the hand of God, all right, and this is just a person. So I'll say this: if you feel, and we have the High Priestess out here, you have to trust your intuition about the ideas God is giving you. You can't reject or have an attitude about what God is asking you to do, because whatever this is going to make you a lot of money. The thing that I feel like some of you get upset about, and I've mentioned this in readings before, is bringing up the hurt. It is your story, your hurt, that is going to cause you to step into something else. I swear, once I got out of my relationship, I didn't understand why God was telling me to go to tarot, but that's what God was telling me to do, and here I am. I'm doing tarot. That's where I'm finding fulfillment. And your way of telling a story about a past thing is going to be very beneficial to you, but also helpful to other people. And I think that the stubbornness, maybe pride, or just the ego saying that's not the direction I wanted to go, is what's going to end up, preventing some of you from truly understanding yourself. Okay. Because whatever that was meant to show you. Okay. So we got the moon in the second row, the star. And I feel like now you guys are starting to see I am the star. And that it's okay for me to trust my destiny. It's okay for me to follow my path. My intuition isn't wrong. I know where I'm going, right? Even though I don't have the full plan, I trust my intuition, okay? And this is people making plans, being deceptive, or you needing to have strategy. But either way it goes, whatever the strategy is, whether it be you or somebody else, this hangman says, I'm at a pause. Okay, because I'm thinking about where I'm going, or I'm thinking about what somebody is proposing to me. I got to take a minute. The hangman over the High Priestess is really saying, like, you really do have to take a minute. The other thing I want to say is that some of you, because you might end up saying, like, I still don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. Like, I don't know. Hangman and High Priestess is saying, let it come to you. Let it come to you. Because that's the situation I was in before I even got into tarot. Once I got out of that relationship, I ended up getting 2 promotions. Money wasn't an issue, but I felt unfulfilled. And I even said to myself, like, God, thank you for this new job. Thank you for more money, but like, really, this is it. Like, I came here to just work. And that's just how I felt. Other people, that they are where they are because that's where they're supposed to be. They're happy doing their 9-to-5 thing. And I'm not trashing nobody who has a 9-to-5 job or who prefers to work on the clock. But I just didn't feel my energy fit for where I was. So that's why I would question it like that, Like, I'm not mad at the money, but it's like, after all of what I've been through, why am I going through all of this stuff? Like, for what? I could care less about this, that, and the third. I need something deeper. There's got to be deeper meaning, right? And what the hangman, the High Priestess, is saying, let it come to you. Because I swear to God, even after having someone read for me, having 2 people read for me, who I would go to consistently, and I shared this before about, one of them seeing a particular thing in a reading and not telling me about it. That was one thing. And even that was probably meant to be, because I had to trust my intuition on where I felt God was leading me. And literally, it was my intuition that kept saying, tarot, divination, and I'm thinking to myself, what? Like, for real? For real? Like, that's what? Yeah, okay. And yours could be different. They could be telling you that project, that hobby you think is just a hobby, that's what you're supposed to be doing. That's going to get you where you need to go. And then it'll transform from there. And you guys are questioning it too much. All right? Don't question so much where you feel your intuition is leading you. And that's what I did. I've learned from very early on, because I know, and I always tell people, I know the pattern of my life. I know when ain't shit happening, and then I know when something happens out of the ordinary, I need to look into that. It's that little blip on the screen of, what was that? Let's go a little further. So when God was saying that, I was like, don't seem right. Seems very out of the ordinary for my natural rhythm. But if this is what keeps getting pushed towards me, let's see. You know, and I'm glad that I surrendered to that. So there's this level of surrender that I feel is happening for you guys, okay? So let it come to you. It just came. It just came. And because it came, it was up to me to say, okay. And a lot of people, they get so angry and upset, like, oh, it's not, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. It's like, I'm pretty sure it has come to you. You just rejected it, or you felt like it didn't make sense to you, so you left it alone. Oh, it's not what other people are doing. And this is why I had to say this. You're not like other people. Your things that get you to where you have to go is not going to be what it is for other people. Okay. And some people have done things because tarot isn't unique to me. You get what I'm saying? But tarot is what I needed to do. It's unique to the people around me. Nobody in my family is doing that. None of my friends other than one. But, you know, she was doing that as a hobby, not as something to do for other people. I took it on in this fashion. Okay. And that could be what God is asking you to do. There's something that others around you aren't into at all. It's just you. And that's what you're supposed to do. Even though you see other people out there doing it, successful or not, take it and do it. Right? So, third row, we got this 3 of Swords in the reverse, the 9 of Cups in the upright, King of Cups in the upright, and the High Priestess. See, so this 3 of Swords in the reverse only feels like a challenging energy to me, which was what I was talking about earlier. Holding on to sorrow, not being able to heal. Actually, blocking your contentment and happiness. This is happiness from yourself, fulfillment from yourself. This is high expression, high artistic expression, okay? And this is that deep knowing, high intuition, you know, getting downloaded and taking the download and expressing it. Like I said earlier, I also do feel like this is a partnership, something in the future. But it takes, for you to get this partnership, to find your equal, it takes that happiness. It takes you to figure out what it is that I like for me. What do I stand for? It's not about other people. And in this time, we were talking about that conflict. You will have conflict about being you. But you got to understand who you are to be able to be like, no, I know me, and I can't go no further with this job, with this relationship, you know, with this friend group. I just can't. I can't. And that's what I see over here. That's why Elegba, you know, is in the reverse. This relates to jobs. Everything right here, even the 6 of Earth is in the reverse. It's like a loss. It's like a loss. Probably arguments, an explosion. Arguments and explosion. No longer having happy, warm feelings around a particular thing, a job, a situation. Could be because of lies. This what could have started this, like, I got to get out of here. It's because of lies, isolation, and feeling stuck. But when you do that, when you free yourself, that's where you find the sun. That's where you find happiness. That's your first step to really healing. The sun will heal you. The success will heal you. All right? All of this is healing energy. So don't run away from yourself. Not right now. You've been through too much to do that. Don't judge yourself so harshly. And that's something that literally I have been coming to terms with, even through my work. Oh, guys, like the tarot cast, I'm getting rid of the tarot cast. So it's just not time. I don't have time for it. I need to put more energy and effort into tarot. I will leave up the Prince and the Peach channel because that's still going full steam ahead. But right now, I don't have the capacity for the tarot cast. That will have to be at some other time. Yeah, I just can't do it. And that, I mean, that could be for some of you guys where it's just like you realize I only got enough room for, you know, what I have room for. Okay? So that is what I have for you. If this reading resonates, don't forget to like. Oh, wait. I had no, that's not what I have for you. I had 3 cards that I pulled from my Angel Numbers Oracle deck. And the 3 are, I am charismatic, which I think you guys had before. I am innovative, and I am brave. Okay, so for the charismatic, it says expression, because this is expression. King of Cups, high expression. Expression comes naturally to me, okay, naturally to you. You are very skilled at communicating your thoughts through conversation and your creative pursuits. you are able to get others on board with your ideas. See, so stop selling yourself short. Stop selling your story short. You know, you have the charisma, the draw, the attraction, okay? You are innovative, all right? You're very innovative. So if you feel like, well, everybody does that, you're gonna find your way to make yourself set apart, okay? Because, and that's the thing, it's like, yeah, there are a lot of readers out here on YouTube, but everybody don't read like me, right? Everybody doesn't do that. You know, some people might say, oh, Justin, you remind me of this person or that person, but I'm not that person. I'm me, and you know I'm me, okay? And that's the thing. You will set yourself apart by just being yourself, right? So I am innovative, okay? It says you are a self-starter with very innovative ways of creating opportunity. Your determination and endurance are powerful and will help you get through rough times and reach success, okay? So whatever hard times you're going through, you have the independence and the power and drive to overcome it, right? It's more than just being a survivor. I don't even know, I can't think of the word right now of what I'm trying to say, but it's your intellect as well. Your intellect gets you over certain hurdles that most people would miss, you know? Because they're not using their intellect with their intuition, all right? Then you have I am brave, 77. It is time to move on from old patterns, habits, and fears, old past heartbreaks and sorrow, right? It says, now is the time to walk in the direction of your biggest desires and ambitions. Now is the time to be bold and be brave. That's what it's time for. Not so much of trying to figure out, you know, when am I going to have a relationship and when am I going to have kids? You'll have all that because your life is meant to go in a different route. It's not going to look like your friends. It's not going to look like your sister or your brother's life. It's going to look like your life. Don't worry about, like, guys, and that's why sometimes in these past couple readings, I've been finding it really important to find out when someone's going to come across their divine partner. I feel like a lot of us feel like we need to know that, like how many years it will be, because if we had a time frame around it, it would make it easier for us to detach from that wanting or that desire. We still want it, but we know we don't got to be so involved, right? So if you do book a reading with me and that is something you want to look into, I don't mind using my pendulum to do that because I've done that for several people now. I've done it for myself and I find it helpful. It brings a sense of calm and peace. You know, I don't think that love is denied to you. You just have to accept the path that you're on, right? Things do come at a certain time. If that's not the method you want to use, I urge you to look at your chart to see when and how love comes about for you. Check your 7th house or check any other planetary things. You know, talk to an astrologer about, you know, when should I expect to have love? Is it in my later years? Is it in a couple years? Like, what is it? Okay, because your life is different. That's really what your reading is telling me. My life is different, and I need to accept that and be okay with that. The other thing too, I'll tell you guys, because the moon and the high priestess is here, be careful of witchcraft. That's the only other thing I want to tell you. That these combinations kind of come out. I don't like to ignore it. If it has nothing to do with witchcraft, it just has something to do with deception. But if you feel like there are negative people, and this could literally be for the future, because if you're showing up as Queen of Pentacles, could be future, could be present. You know, you guys comment, let me know whatever's happening with you. But there could be a sense of jealousy because there is manipulation with 2 of Swords, 7 of Swords. So just be mindful of deceptive energies and manipulative energies, because once you step into your power, being brave, being charismatic, it will ruffle feathers because you're going to be very successful. Going to be very successful. But you have to accept yourself. You have to accept your path. So that's what I have for you. If the reading resonates, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. That way you'll be updated anytime that I put out a reading. You want to book a personal reading? The link to book is in the description box below. The current Patreon playlist is in the description box below. Guys, if you feel like a personal reading is out of your budget right now, on Patreon, I do group readings, and I do 5 card spreads where we all jump on Zoom, and whoever comes in first is, you know, who I read first. We go in order of who jumps on. So it's a 5 card spread that I do for you. It's quick. It could actually bring up something that's heavily on your mind, and it's another way to take advantage of a reading at a more affordable price. So you definitely could, you know, join Patreon if you feel like you can't afford a 1 hour reading. What else? That's it. Oh, the new channel, Prince and the Peach. Prince and the Peach is one of my new channels, like I told you guys in the reading. Right now I'm gonna suspend the tarot cast. That's gonna come at a later time. That's gonna be something for the future or something. But for now, go ahead and check out my new channel, Prince and the Peach. The link to that channel is in the description box below. So I appreciate your support if you decide to go ahead and subscribe and everything and share. All right, guys, that's what I have for you. I hope you enjoy your day.